It's mutiny among the camera crew. The coming film seems a hopeless assignment. The writer? Just look at him. Plainly a nut. A movie about a blind housewife. How can she read a recipe, judge a cut of meat, light an oven? Hard to believe? Well, come along with us and see for yourself. Perhaps, like the crew, you won't be convinced until you see for yourself and look at those guys arguing to the very last. And so the skeptics find themselves coming through the door to a truly domestic scene. The blind housewife ironing a shirt. A well-poised woman, and the prospect of acting doesn't faze her at all. Well, she asks, what do you want me to do in the first scene? Why not suggest the director continue to iron? A blind housewife must be able to do everything a seeing housewife does. What you see now, the prosaic job of ironing a shirt, was to Evelyn during the initial stages of relearning a sustained act of courage and bitter frustrations. Burnt fingers didn't matter. What did matter more than seared shirts and tablecloths was the sense of having failed. Every minute detail of ironing had to be studied anew, practiced painstakingly, had to be learnt a different way. Try ironing a shirt by fingertips, by odor, yes, by ear. Guidance was forthcoming in the early stages of Evelyn's blindness by a local agency, such as the Industrial Home for the Blind. But her will to make a new life for herself was the paramount factor. Now, while the crew is readying to shift lights to the kitchen, while the cameraman is loading film, Evelyn asks the director for a few minutes to tidy up the apartment. Always a good housekeeper, she now sets higher standards to prove to herself that she can keep a home, one where a husband will always find not only a wholesome, delicious meal, but also a comfortable chair, clean, pleasant surroundings. A place also where friends will find her a charming hostess, one who keeps her interests wider than the kitchen or the drapes in the living room, one who lives a normal, well-balanced life full of interests and activities. Teaching English to wives of UN personnel is one of these activities, certainly not an easy one. Keeping up a wide correspondence with handicapped housewives she has inspired by her own courageous life is another. And Susie, the guide dog, must be taken for her daily walk. Back home, and a big job waiting, a double job in fact, dinner for 6 and a movie of it too. Thank goodness the cake was done this morning. Now the camera moves in for its first take. Rolling, action. It looks like any other kitchen or any other housewife. The kitchen is the same as it was before Evelyn lost her sight. A pleasant, efficient workshop. Everything in place, everything gleaming. Evelyn feels there's nothing unusual in a housewife, blind or seeing, knowing exactly where everything in a well-regulated kitchen should be. There's nothing unusual in being able to place her hand on anything in such a kitchen. She wants no credit and takes no pride in routine accomplishment, like putting things back in their places when she's through with them, like keeping her work table uncluttered. She knows that carving, dicing, slicing call for no special skills, knows that the average housewife often works more by touch than by sight, and even more than these, by odors. Odors, yes, that chicken seems to be done on one side. Time to turn it over. Now, wouldn't you have considered her clumsy if she'd burnt her fingers while turning the chicken? No? Well, Evelyn wants no credit for routine accomplishment. Now, there's that bottle of capers. Ladies of the audience, Evelyn will bet you a high light lemon meringue pie against your favorite cookies that you can put your hands on any of your herbs without looking, and that you can measure 2 tablespoons of them without looking. And it would embarrass Evelyn if you applauded such a minor accomplishment. It would embarrass you if you were applauded for putting your hand on the salt box and measuring a teaspoon of it. Now for canned foods that have a fast turnover on the shelf. You would have to read the labels, and so does Evelyn. Her husband puts brailled bands around such cans so that Evelyn can read them. There's the first small variation from the ordinary housewife's routine. Well, everything's ready. The well-browned and sizzling chicken is put into the pressure cooker, the specially brailled gauge is adjusted, and the timer set. The job's finished. No scaldings, no gashes, no fires. Evelyn uses no special kitchen equipment as such, but Aids for the Blind, published by the American Foundation for the Blind, lists a whole line of special adapted tools for use by the blind. There is the circular rolling pin, the pie cutter. There's no chance for favoritism here. And there's the cake cutter and tongs. There's the bread knife that cuts even slices, and there are scores of other aids. Helpful, yes, but as you can see, just as helpful to the seeing housewife. So the crew's job of proving to themselves and to us that a blind housewife can cook is done. The crew is invited to stay for the dinner they saw prepared. The man that she was kissing was not a member of the crew. That's her husband, and he can stay for dinner too. But where is the chicken? Here it comes, hot, ambrosial, delicious. We wish we could give you a forkful.